think one of my viewers recently asked me what the difference between portion control and calorie restriction are and what I think about them. So I'll start with portion control. With portion control, it's not something that I recommend because generally the more healthy foods are the ones that are higher in volume because they have fiber and water in them. For example, with plant foods, whole plant foods, you do have to eat quite a big bowl of it to be full and to get enough calories. So the plant foods will fill up your stomach more quickly than, say, some oil or even some meat. So high calorie foods like meat and oil and other processed foods with added sugar and added fat, they will be higher in calories, lower in fiber, and they'll be smaller as well. So there's a lot of calories packed into this small portion. And I think one of the ways that people try to lose weight is to portion control, so they will eat less of the bad foods and try to lose weight that way. So it's basically portion control and calorie restriction that they're doing, and it does work for some people to lose weight that way, but usually because of this they will gain it back later because they were just starving themselves. So I don't recommend portion control. I actually recommend eating bigger portions of healthy food such as fruits, vegetables, and starchy foods like rice and potatoes, all those healthy plant foods, and just eliminating the oils, the meat, dairy, eggs. That will make a huge difference to weight loss. So that's portion control. And then with calorie restriction, that can be done even when you have large portions of food. So for example, if you ate a head of lettuce, that's not really that many calories, but it is going to fill up your stomach because it's just so bulky. So you can calorie restrict without doing portion control, and that's not really something I recommend. I definitely don't recommend intentionally restricting your calories unless you really do have a problem with overeating on high fiber whole plant foods. And I think that's a pretty rare condition, to actually not feel uncomfortable or satiated eating whole plant foods and then overeating on them so much that you gain weight. Like, that's quite rare. Unless you're really stuffing yourself, then you won't gain weight doing this. Usually people will just get full eating as much as they want of whole plant foods, so that they're not calorie restricting intentionally, but they're just eating as much as their body requires. And because of the way carbs are processed, they are first used for energy and to replenish your glycogen stores. So it's not turned into fat straight away. It's only if you really overeat on them over a long period of time, that's when you will start noticing fat. And also, if you are eating more fat in your diet, more animal protein, then you're going to be gaining weight because the fat that you're eating will be stored as fat while the carbs are used for energy. So that's the way that works. So don't restrict your calories intentionally. Rather, just focus on eating a whole foods plant-based diet, and usually your weight will go down, eating as much as you want. I'm not going to say eat unlimited calories, because in reality no one can even eat unlimited calories. Your body will place its own limits on how much you will eat. So you will probably just feel full after eating as much as you need. Like with me, I do feel full after eating 700 to 800 calories of fruit or a starchy meal. I just find it really hard to overeat on fruit and potatoes and rice and all those low-fat, high-carb foods. So I'm able to stay really slim, not just because I'm naturally slim, but even people who are not naturally slim, who do gain a lot of weight, they manage to stay really slim because they're just eating as much as their body needs, and because their macronutrients are more on the high carbs, 80% or more coming from carbohydrates and less than 10% coming from fat and protein, they usually don't have a problem with weight, and in fact will get really lean eating an 80-10-10 ratio, or close to that at least. So that's my perspective on portion control and calorie restriction. So I don't recommend portion control at all, but with calorie restriction, I don't recommend intentionally restricting your calories, because your body will already place those limits on the amount of calories if you're eating the whole plant foods. So I hope that helped, and if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!